This is Mechbay, and welcome to another episode of Mechbay Dios. So today's video is going to be a special one, and that is because I'll be sharing with you guys the very first diorama build that I have. And this is a diorama that I built, I'd say 4 or 5 years ago, and that was the time when I was just getting into the hobby of building dios. The figures in here, I just put there because I want for you guys to have an idea of the scale of this diorama. And it's you can see it's kind of pretty. It's pretty wide this way, and pretty tall. Um, so the specific dimension of this one, I'd say probably about 29 inches across this way, and then 15 inches high, and about 10 inches deep. And like I mentioned, this is the very first die that I put together, and so there's really no progress video that I can share with you guys here. But I think that it's still a good way for me to share how this one is put together, especially being my first diorama. There's a lot of stuff that I learned in here, things that to avoid in dio building. And yeah, I made a lot of mistakes doing this dio, but it still came out pretty good. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and kind of take a closer look at this dio. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm just gonna go closely and pan through the entire diorama so that you'll see the details of this. Oops. Gonna see. So you could kind of see there's a fence there. I have that downspout that goes down there, and there's supposed to be a drain at the back that you could kind of see there. I have some emergency power generator, and then of course I have this back wall. There's a step that goes up, and then towards here in the end you have the entry elevator. And kind of like the corner where I have some electric panel with busted conduits. You have some vents at the side right there, and then we also have like this drain grate. And also one special feature of this diorama is that I actually have a built-in lights for these. So if I show you this one right here, see, those are actually LED lights that I put together, and those things are actually recycled material that I use as kind of like the headlight cover. That one is also a light over there, and I have another light down there, and also actually a light up here that points up. This one right here, I'll show you guys a little later. I'm gonna when I turn up the light, but basically my idea there is I can put a figure here, and that figure will be illuminated and look kind of cool actually. All right, so that's the preview or walkthrough of this diorama. So right now we're gonna be talking about some of the materials that I use for this dio build. All right, so of course, the majority of the materials that I've used here are the pink insulation foam, and those are basically all this right here that you see, this flooring, the steps, this kind of like second layer of flooring, that little wall over here, even this part of this wall right here are also made of insulation foam. All this right here, all insulation foam. The this electrical box is made out of pink foam, as well as the roof, kind of like a concrete type material. And as you can see, I mean, like I said, this is my first diorama, so I think I kind of overdid doing the texturing and the weathering, I think, of the concrete. Especially this thing is supposed to be a secret base and not necessarily a rundown or abandoned one. So this could have been better. I mean, at least now that I'm more experienced in doing dio. In terms of painting, the technique that I use here is the sponge technique, and as you can see, the effects is a little different than the standard dry brushing. You could kind of see the texture. It looks pretty good, and I think the result is also pretty realistic. And actually, I kind of veered away from doing this as much because I got into more doing dry brushing. But I think that I should be going back to this technique more often because I think that it actually provides a better result. And then this whole wall over here is actually a material that I think it's used for like not sure if it's for like ventilation or something, but yeah, I saw this at Home Depot one time when I was walking through one of the sections of, I guess I was in the AC or AC air conditioning section, air vent section, and I saw this one panel of like this, and it's just one whole piece. And the first time that I saw it there, I was like, wow, this is a pretty cool panel that can be used for a wall like this. And it's definitely a very good material for that, but the only problem with this is that it's very material wise, it's very flimsy, and so I actually have to build this up in the back by using additional support at the back of this just to make this thing more stable, because otherwise it's really hard to like glue this and make it rigid like this without any support from the back. All right, and also one of the things that I did here that I regret doing is this floor and this wall right here is actually glued on, and during that time I wasn't really informed about using magnets, and so I just glued this thing on here. And so definitely when you try to store this, it's gonna be tough because this will always be a problem because yeah, it's just hard to collapse. I mean, it's basically uncollapsible, this part right here, so that's not good. And so from that mistake, I actually learned to make it more modular. So like this part right here, these are now modular. So as you can see now, you could actually take this thing out, and this one can also be taken out, like that. There you go. And this one is a different piece. And this is the first time after that mistake that I did, then I start learning, watching more videos, and I learned about the magnets. And so I tried using magnets on this one right here, so you can see. But the problem though is that the magnet that I use is it's the non-ceramic magnets, and those are basically not good. So another lesson learned for that one. So after that, I don't use I mean the magnets that I use is the ceramic magnets, because those are stronger. This one is always giving me a problem because the magnet's basically not really holding it as much, as you can see. Let me see what are other things in here. Oh yeah, and then this one right here for the emergency power generator. This one is actually a recycled printer cartridge. And then, basically just, added little details like this small boards and panels to the side to mimic like compartments. And then added this kind of like wires that's supposed to go to this and route to the inside of the unit or something like that. So yeah, the same thing here. This one are just pieces of PVC sheets, to act as again like a compartment or door. So let me go ahead and put this thing back. A lot of people are actually when I share this initially, a lot of people are saying that this will be good for like Star Wars as well, and I think it is. It's I mean, I haven't taken a picture of Black Series Star Wars in this dio, but I think it can be if you want to do that. But for me, the original idea for me when I build this is that, like I mentioned, it's a secret base entry, which is right here. And I was thinking more of like, like Hydra, like a Hydra base or AIM base. So alright, so one of the cooler features of this diorama, before we end this video, is that again, this is as I mentioned, this is my very first diorama build. At the same time, it's one of the more ambitious build that I have, and that is because I actually decided to play around with lighting as well. And in here, I actually used individual LED bulbs, and I wired it and build it in. So all the wirings in here are like hidden, right? So you don't see it, but you could kind of see from the back how those things are put together. See, you could kind of see that I have like a light down here, and this light, and this one is picked up in here and goes to the back. Let me see. There you go. So you could kind of see the wires. And also this is powered by AC and not battery. So what's good about this is that I could display this in my shelves. As a matter of fact, I actually built this diorama specifically to display in one of my IKEA Billy bookcase shelving, and that's the reason why this is how, I mean, the depth of this diode is what it is. It's because of that. And here's the connection of the power. Yeah, that one is connected to a wall plug, and I have a little controller here. So if you look right here, if I turn this thing on, I think this is the on button. There you go. See, the light went up. You know what? Let me see if I can push back the light so you'll be able to appreciate the lighting better. All right, there you go. So yes, I have a light there. Remember I mentioned that there's a light there too, see? The top. Alright, so I think that's the low setting. And I could actually go doing the mode. Let me see. Oh, that's the emergency type mode. Let's see, what else can you do here? Another feature. Let's go more. I think the strobe is faster. This one's a little slower. Let me see. Ooh, that one's gonna give you some headache. This one is a little bit more gap in between. Nope, not that one. There you go. So that's the I think this one is the higher setting for the light. What else? Let me see. What's this light feature? Okay, the other one doesn't have anything. So, all right. So yeah. So basically, turn it on and have like this button for the modes. So we're just gonna leave it the way it is right now. Now let me go ahead and grab a figure real quick. So I have Cyclops in here. Let's go put him on top. Ooh, let me see if he can stand. Hard to make him stand using one hand. There you go. All right, so there you go. So like I said, you know, I have that light in there just to kind of highlight whatever figure or item you're gonna put in there. So that's actually pretty cool. Let's see what it looks like when I turn off the lights. Turn off the light completely. There you go. So this is what this diode look like with just these as the light source. It's actually pretty cool. I like the ambience. See, you could kind of look there. Alright, so let me just turn on the light again. Alright, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, you know, for a first diode, this is actually pretty ambitious, and it turned out good, and not as bad as I thought. Oh yeah, and also another thing is that this wall actually is not connected with magnets, because back then, again, I don't have that idea. So actually how I have this thing connected to this one is actually just by some barbecue sticks at the bottom that I installed right here at the bottom of this, and I basically just, you know, squeeze them together just to hold it a little bit, but it doesn't really hold it very well. So yeah, that's another no next time when you build a diode. So alright, well, I hope that I was able to share with you guys something new, something different for this diorama. And as always, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in my next video, alright? Peace.